Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. I am Sir Obedian, and I will be your guide through the zombie apocalypse today. So, at this stage, we've just installed our electric forge into our school bus, soon to be our mobile doom fortress. But the front of the school bus is a little bit squishy. Okay, so we've got our doors, we've got our controls, and we've got our windshield. But our front is rather vulnerable. Okay, we've got our wheels here. We've got our forward wheels, and we don't have a jack, so we can move them. And we also have our engine in here as well. Okay, so we have our engine out front, and that's not a good place for it to be. So what we want to do is we need to reinforce the front, preferably all the way back to here at least. But we need to reinforce the front so that we can hit things without necessarily breaking anything. So the best thing to do is going to be to install some armor. Okay, so we're going to install some military composite armor at the moment. So there we go. And we have plenty of military composite armor from our Humvee. And you can see that it's turning green now as we install the armor. Okay. All right. That's weird. It should have turned green. Like here, it should have turned green. Hang on, did it? Was a Humvee green? Humvee wasn't green. I think I've got a setting missing somewhere because the vehicle is supposed to it's supposed to change color with the armor that it's got on, but um, guess not at the moment. Weird. Anyway, I'll have a look at the setting for the next episode. Right now, no, we're not going to drink a broth right just yet. But I did find another interesting recipe, which is wood's soup. So it turns 1 unit of broth, which is 40 nutrition and 30 quench, into with some of this and some of this into 4 units of 35 nutrition. So instead of providing both, it provides mainly nutrition and a fair amount of it. So we will make a small batch of wood's soup, and we're just going to put it in our plastic bottle. There we go. So a plastic bottle of fresh wood's soup. And we're gonna go for a quick sleep while we before we continue working on the rest of the bus. Once we get the bus working, we're gonna move it up north. We're also gonna get the machine gun off the Humvee and probably mount it onto our bus. And I think there might be another heavy weapon somewhere as well that we can use, but we'll see what we can find. So we're just waiting for to wake up, which shouldn't be much longer now. There we go. You'll notice that you occasionally get little messages like this. The game has a hidden health stat. Okay, so you've got your HP, but it's also got a health stat. All right, and you basically got two health stats. You've got the soft health and hard health, and the two will try and merge, right? So if soft is lower than hard, then hard will decrease and soft will increase until the two are merged together. Now, based on what you eat and your conditions and things like that, your soft stat will decrease and drag your hard stat with it. Or if you eat healthy, then your soft stat will increase and drag your hard stat with it. If your hard stat is low, then it increases your chances of getting a cold, or I think it also increases your chances of getting an infection or surviving an infection. There are other things as well, but generally speaking, that little message will give you a rough idea of where I believe your hard stat is. I haven't looked too much into it because primarily when it comes to Cataclysm, I tend to eat healthy because it's kind of hard to not eat healthy because you just go find some veg, you cook it up, and bam, you have some healthy food. Um, but generally speaking, you do want to eat a little bit on the healthy side. So that means meat, fruit, veg, no junk food or anything like that, right? Um, anyway, so we have a armored front. We can't repair it. That's fine. So we have an armored front. Next thing we want is we want a bull bar. So we're going to add hmm, spike. A spike is not very tough. It's only got 250 durability. Let's see if we can add anything else. A blade only has 200, so that's even less. Um, oh, here it is, by the way. The best normal cargo rack, a cargo carrier. You have to build one in advance using the crafting menu. Um, and they require like 4 long strings. I'll have a look, but yeah, military composite ram. Now this would be awesome. It doesn't deal very much damage, but look at that durability, 3250 durability. That's awesome. We also have a steel ram for 1000, which is just for my steel plating, which are easy to get. A wooden ram, which is very should be easy to make because it just requires wooden armor, but and then you have a heavy steel ram, which requires hard plating and it's 2300. A super alloy ram, which is only 900, and a spiked ram, which is 900 as well, but it deals an extra 50%. So we might see about those. We should be able to get some more military composite plating to create a military composite ram. But yeah, one thing to notice is the weight. The weight of your vehicle does affect its top speed and its handling, and I'll cover handling in a second. A shredder would be fantastic. Look at that. So a shredder is basically, if you've ever seen an old World War II, World War One, I think they were existed in World War One. I know they existed in World War Two. They bolted them on top of on the front of Shermans, I believe. Um, Basically, they've got like little kind of rods that stick out the side, and then it's attached a bar, and then you add chains to the front, right? And the bar spins around in circles, and it whips the chains, and it beats the ground, and that those hits on the ground trigger mines, and the mines blow up, but they blow up in front of the tank where the armor is the thickest, instead of underneath the tank where the armor is not so thick. So they use those like flail things to set off mines. But the shredder is basically that kind of system. So it's got spikes and blades and chains, and it flails them around, and it basically decimates anything. Because if you have a look, it's got a 500% damage bonus. So whatever you hit, you're going to deal 5 times damage to it. So that will basically, well, shred anything that you run into. It does drain power from the engine though, so the more you have them, the less power there is into your speed. Um, there's a smoke layer that allows you to create smoke, which is handy. And now we're back to where we started. So there's not that many things that you can add on to without a frame. So we do want a frame, so we're going to put a heavy duty frame. Yeah, we have a heavy duty frame already, and a heavy duty quarter panel, and military composite armor. So yeah, this front is actually pretty tough. So I might go ahead and just strip out the armor off the Humvee. Although I think, no, that's a jerry can. Okay, yeah, we do have military composite armor in places. It's very beat up, but beat up is better than nothing. Ooh, that one's nice. Oh, there's more back here. Okay, that'll do for now. And we are going to move them across. Okay, that'll do. So once a military composite, I want to run it down the side here. I'm gonna have to get some food and drink as well in a second. Oh, we're missing our welding goggles. Um, where are our welding goggles? I believe they're in the clothing. There they are. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop the welding goggles into the actual welder so that we can stop all this crazy stuff, because I think I just spent a bit of time burning through. Oh, we can get a security system up. I think I just spent a little bit of time going through some of our oxytorch. But yeah, we'll just get rid of the security system entirely. Right, so we're installing military composite. And military composite, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. And that's our door, so we're just going to install one more down to the door. There we go. All right, so we've got composite down to the door. So as long as we don't smack anything with the rear side of a bus, we should be fine, because it is board and it's just regular frame. So it'll do for minor collisions. We also need to, okay, we got to move that diesel tank in. Yeah, that diesel tank is going to have to be put maybe um, here, I reckon. So that it doesn't accidentally get damaged. Because if the tank gets damaged, then you could get blown up, and that will be a bad thing. Because if it explodes, it's going to rip your vehicle to pieces. So we'll drink some more broth. There we go. What I'll do is I'll go and grab this jerry can. As soon as I put the quarter stuff away, here we go. So I'll grab this jerry can. Okay, fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to... There it is. I'm going to siphon out the diesel into a jerry can. So now we have S0. And this is important because if a tank contains something, you can't install it into a vehicle. All right. So it needs to be empty. So we'll put this here just behind our armored section. So we're going to install a 60-liter diesel tank. We are going to install a 60-liter diesel tank. There we go. And now we will unload our jerry can into the vehicle. All right, so there we go. So now we got our diesel in. Next, what do we need? Well, there's an electronic control unit. I'm not sure exactly what that is, to be honest. I think it allows you to control the vehicle remotely. And then there's also a robotic control unit, which I think allows you to tell the vehicle to move to you. But I'm not too sure on that one. Either way, ooh, door motor. Cool. Yeah, so it can come in handy. So what's next on the list? Well, next on the list is we have a let's see what else we can get. What are we up to? 96 strength. Yeah. Well, we've got a V6 engine, but we don't need one of those. We've got a small electric motor, which I don't think is going to be enough to pull it. Yeah, interestingly enough, you can install multiple motors on a vehicle. Now, you can do this for several reasons. The first one is you can, say, install 2 diesel engines, and that will give it more power. Um, Especially if your vehicle ends up weighing extremely heavy and then you can't get enough speed out of it. So you can get more power by installing similar engines, or if you want to be able to show that you can run on, you can salvage fuel from anything, you can install 1 diesel engine and 1 gasoline engine, and you can turn them on and off as you need to use fuel. Um, Alternatively, you can have, say, a diesel engine and an electric engine, and then you run the electric engine while it's sunny, and then you switch to diesel. So basically, exactly the same as a hybrid, right? Um, so yeah, it's possible to get multiple engines to install. However, for each additional engine, you need higher skill in mechanics. And I think at I think you need like level 12 to get 3 engines in a vehicle. So yes, you could in theory add all one of each engine to your vehicle, but in practice, you're not going to get more than 3 at most. And then that's when you're extremely high. Um, Reinforced headlights, yeah, we do want to replace the headlights with the reinforced ones, but they are sitting behind armor at the moment, so it's not that big of a deal. A tracking device, we'll want one of these eventually. We do want armored wheels once we get a jack, especially on the front. Mm. What's the difference? A V8 provides. It's annoying. It doesn't tell you how much power it actually provides, right? So this one consumes 400 battery. This one consumes 300. Um, Presumably the V8 produces more power because it's a V8 as opposed to a straight 6. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to tell us how much power it actually uses, which is kind of annoying. The electric ones do, right? So we've got 100, 500, and 400, but the diesel ones don't, and the petrol ones don't either. So it would be really nice if we could see how much power it actually produces. Foot pedal, and that's for motorbike for bicycles. What's fun is that you can add a foot pedal and then add a small alternator to it, and then, or like one that consumes 45 power, and then if your battery ever runs low, you can sit there and ride on your pump your foot pedals and recharge your battery. Very handy to have, but yeah. Hand rims are like wheelchair, right? It's exactly the same deal, but a little bit less power. So we've got more tanks, more storage batteries. Don't need any of those. Do we have a muffler? We should have a muffler somewhere. Does not look like we have a muffler. Oh, we're gonna have to get a muffler. Yeah, we're gonna have to get a muffler. Um, what do we need for? I think we have to build one first. Yeah, we got to build a muffler. Mufflers are only effective for chemical engines, and they decrease the amount of noise that it produces, which means that you're a little bit sneakier. You're going to be louder than an electric engine. Even the quietest petrol engine produces with a muffler produces more noise than the loudest electric engine, I think. Um, and only one muffler actually applies its benefit. But yeah, mufflers are extremely useful, especially if you need to be stealthy. Um, these are solar panels. Water faucets. This would be handy if we need to get water outside the vehicle for whatever reason. And then we've got mounted guns, lights. A floodlight will be handy on the front so we can see easily. Well, we might have to make one. Drive-by-wire controls. Not sure about that one. Camera control system, yeah, that we're definitely gonna need one of those and some security cameras. And I know where we can get one. We'll go there next. Scoop is also would also be extremely useful, especially in the, maybe about this line. So that way, when we run over something, we just scoop it straight up into. Are we here? We can just scoop it straight up into a cargo. A water purifier would also be handy, but meh. We can just boil everything. We have electrics and we have um, a stove. So yeah. And I do eventually want to get some treads because their durability is insane. Okay, that's all we can think about in there. So, what do we need next? Well, we have our storage. So right now, let's go ahead and start distributing. Okay, so we need. So we'll just go ahead and just dump everything in them at the moment because we don't need to worry about where things are right now. We just need to get them into the actual bus and off the actual ground. All right, we need to get them in the bus. So wait for this to fill up. There we go. So now we will. Would be really nice if I could. No, that's worn. Mm, Does not look like you can select T, maybe. T, V, and tab. Let's check those. T, no. V, here we go. Yep, this is what we want. V, bingo. All right, so we'll load up north now. So it's important that we were pulling from the grass, so from the ground, instead of outside it. All right. We got. Where are we at the moment? We should have storage. There we go, directly underneath. Okay, where are we? In the school bus. Alright, so that's full. Mainly because we're moving frames in at the moment, and that's going to be using up a lot of storage. No vehicle there. No vehicle there. That's full, that's full. That's not full. We'll load it up from the bottom. There we are. What about this way? Nothing there. Good. Alright. That's inside, that's inside. There's something here, sheet metal. That's fine, and... Ooh, okay, yeah, we got plenty down here. That doesn't seem to be in a vehicle. What? Oh, wrong button. Never mind. Okay, so I think that about covers it. So we're going to close this off. So, we now have ourselves an armored bus. So where we're going to go? I think we're going to head north. We're going to head north. I would like to probably stop by the power substation and pick up a whole bunch of electronic gear. But the fact that we have it on the map means that it's okay to not right now. So we're heading north and we're going to go and grab that gear there. Actually, how's our mirror situation? Do we have an onboard mirror? No, we do not. I'm going to install an onboard mirror here. Except we don't have one. So I'm going to have to go and fetch one. Oh, what? Oh, stupid animal got in the way. Um, we don't have a mirror. I do want them mounted M80 or M60. And this, the UPS compatible recharging station, that is going to be essential. And what else? What else? Well, we want the diesel. That's a given. And the V8 diesel, 7.86 V8 diesel, we want that. And the battery. And that. And we do have the jerry can, so we will siphon out all of our petrol, or as much as we can. And can we refill from here? No, we have to unload. There we go. And we'll drop our acoustic guitar for one, the repair kit for another, the 4 rubber hoses, and all this copper wire. Right, so I will. Next, we need to move this to here. All right. Where is it? Oh, might be directly underneath us. There we go. Okay, they're here. So now we will load up in the vehicle. There we go. Perfect. So, okay, so now we are fully loaded. Yes, nothing on the ground, nothing on the ground. Perfect. What do we get from the actual... Right, we had a whole bunch of electronics, so we'll load up on those as well. Bring those with us. There we go. I'll put it in this one. We'll break it apart and disassemble it later on, so we'll leave them as they are right now. Drop the nail gun. Good. All right, we are now officially ready to roll out. So, what I'll do is I'll put a break in the episode here, and in the next one, we are going to head north and finally check out the bookshop, see what's in there. We'll check out this furniture store as well because we had such luck with this one. We'll also raid the coffee shop. So we'll cover the south side of town on the next episode. And then in the episode after that, we will cover the north side with the pawn shop. And not too far north because there is a gun turret probably, I think, here. But yeah, that's what we'll do next. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and see you in the next one.